Oh, don't you hate those windmills, that video? I hate them. The Trump administration is nuking Obama-era climate rules, proposals underway that, of course, those rules that were used to help jumpstart strict regulations for new cars and power plants across the country. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin says he's rescinding Obama's 2009 endangerment finding, the declaration, and called it the largest deregulatory action in the history of America. Administrator Zeldin is here. He's going to tell us how he'll do this. Now, Mr. Administrator, thank you for joining us. So the Obama EPA is what found at the time that greenhouse gases threaten the public's health and welfare of current and future generations, and they use that for this massive regulatory takeover of businesses, especially energy companies. Explain how your proposal would counteract that.
Right, Laura, it was a very creative reading of Section 202 of the Clean Air Act, where the Obama EPA reached this endangerment finding. They said that carbon dioxide, when mixed with a bunch of other well-mixed gases, the greenhouse gases, now they're only supposed to be doing this with mobile sources like vehicles. They include gases that emissions that aren't even part of vehicles at all. Well, anyway, they say that when you mix it all, that it contributes to climate change, global climate change. Doesn't say causes it, says contributes. How much? Good question. They don't say, but it's more than zero. And then they say that global climate change endangers human health, public health, and welfare. It was all sorts of different mental leaps. Now, here's the problem, and you are very well read and learned on the Supreme Court and precedent and interpretation of the rule of law and Constitution. Well, the Supreme Court issued rulings in Loper Bright, overturning the Chevron doctrine, in West Virginia versus EPA, in Michigan versus EPA. Essentially, over the course of the last few years, the Supreme Court is saying agencies like the EPA shouldn't be going rogue with their own unique interpretations when there is a gap in the law. We are supposed to have a Congress that gets elected, they have a debate, they pass laws, and then we're supposed to follow the law. And as you noted, because of this endangerment finding, they then start regulating the heck out of vehicles, out of stationary sources, out of airplanes, and it ends up adding up into the trillions. We proposed yesterday an over 300-page proposal that's now going out for public comment, 150-page preamble, and I encourage the public to participate, that we are going to rescind the endangerment finding, all of the greenhouse gas emissions for vehicles that followed, and on top of it, that much-hated start-stop feature in vehicles, we're proposing to get rid of that credit, that incentive too. The
start-stop feature on my car, I always keep trying to turn the thing. I still have a key that turns, like one of the kind of fake keys. It's constantly screwing me up when I'm driving. I'm a pretty good driver. People hate that, so just for that, we're happy tonight. You wouldn't be surprised to know that the Natural Resources Defense Council, their executive director, told NPR, soon to be gone, as Americans reel from deadly floods and heat waves, the Trump administration is trying to argue that the emissions turbocharging these disasters are not a threat. It boggles the mind and endangers the nation's safety and welfare, and they're pointing their finger, sir, at you. Your response? You notice that none of them are even contesting the point that EPA doesn't have the authority to do this. Oh, they don't care. When I reference all these different Supreme Court cases and I talk about the actual law, Clean Air Act, Section 202, they just want me to do it anyway. They want the EPA to, on our own, rogue bureaucrats in Washington, D.C., to decide with electric vehicle mandates what kind of car you drive. Well, they would want us. Yeah. We don't want to say what they want to do. They want to boss America around. And they think agencies can pass laws. That's not the role of agencies. And the agencies have got to be reined in. You see that as a director of an agency as important as the EPA. This is a really, really big move. So you got 90 days of comments. Is that right? 45 days of comments. Okay, 45. We're moving quickly, but we're not going to do this without a public comment period. We're going out now, 45-day period. All right, Mr. Administrator, thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.